All you boys out here filming yourselves, rewatching footage, I walk by faith, not by sight, okay?
As you can see, swallow this smoke in one burst like all degree. Then analyze my soundtrack with satisfaction. You would
Don't get boring. All you boys out here filming yourselves, rewatching footage, I walk by faith, not by sight, okay? Lord Jesus, Tia tells me how to do it. If you guys videotape me to show me what I look like, I'm not gonna get the move. I don't wanna see that shit.
Bye now. Bye. See ya.
Bye, good seeing you.
See ya. Later. Air track by faith, not by sight. All right, I just got this BlockFi credit card in the mail, so we're gonna see what this is all about. It has Bitcoin rewards, and I got approved for it, so about to see. All right, I've seen unboxings of this, so I wanted to show you guys. This is the BlockFi credit card. I just gotta pull this tab. Whoa, hold up. Hold up. Whoa. I should hold it this way, huh? Check this out. Whoa. Wow. That's so cool. And here is my BlockFi credit card. Oh, it's metal. Or like a super hard plastic or something. But yeah, this is my Bitcoin credit card. I don't really know exactly all the details. Well, I do know the details because I looked it up and I decided to do it, but I don't feel like rereading that information and telling it to you guys, but I decided to get this card for myself because obviously I'm invested in crypto to some degree, so I thought this was kind of cool, so yeah. But yeah, let me know if you guys are invested in the crypto game or if you have this credit card. Looks pretty cool, feels pretty cool, can't wait to use it, but yeah, super excited to have it.
What is it?
Like she
What
was
is that?
literally-
No, like I was running and my dog ran
What is
fast
that?
and
Huh?
I hopped over
What is
her.
that? Huh?
And I,
Oh my goodness, she's a good girl.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. Like even a tear.
Who's
will
a good
hurt
girl?
for a long time.
yeah, I did a lot
And
of
that'll
deadlifts.
really, and that'll.
With deadlifts, 'cause
Yeah.
we got deadlifts, that's
Yeah,
it.
the deadlift is
Did I
all
mess that
possible.
up?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh yeah, because deadlift pulls the hamstring, hamstring pulls the calves, calves pulls.
Yesterday I was trying to go 300.
Oh,
Yeah, I did it though.
All right, y'all. Saturday morning. It's, what time is it? It is 8 a.m. and I got practice in like an hour. So I'm gonna leave at like 8:30, but out here gonna watch some clips. You already know your boy's out here, got his coffee. You know your boy's hype. He got all his stuff packed. I'm gonna watch some air track videos, get myself hype. I'm already hype. It doesn't matter. You know your boy's gonna be with the boys. So let's get this going.
Here's the thing about mills. Mills with completely straight legs, without bending your knees, and getting clean, smooth barrels are, in my opinion, the 1%. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be very hard. Because most of the time, people who straighten their legs, they don't ever get the barrel look. They have to rely more on width, and they have to rely more on pancaking, like this, right? Right. The true barrel look that you're going for doesn't come from the straightness of your leg, but the width of your knees apart from each other. So if you're flexible in your groin area, right, and you bend at the knee, your barrels, in my opinion, are top tier. I have never truly seen someone who's got clean barrels and perfectly straight legs. Maybe like one person.
Yeah, like I've seen like one clip of like perfect barrels with straight legs.
It's really impossible. And so you shouldn't be striving for that. That's my point. Now, if you want to use your hands to do your mills, you can get good looking straight legged handed mills, in my opinion. That's fine. But you shouldn't beat yourself up if your legs aren't completely straight from hip flexor to toe. Right. What you should be very focused on is the slight bend in your knees, but as keeping this as open as you possibly can. So what I would do is I would focus on volume and speed.
Yeah, speed.
Yeah, I wouldn't focus. Don't worry about straight legs at all. Like, don't knock yourself off of a good momentum. You're on great momentum. You came in here, one set of stabs, and then you did barrels immediately. That's huge improvement. Like, you didn't used to be able to do that. The next step is going straight into barrels. So you're literally almost there. So that's one to focus on. Two, you need volume. That's why I was screaming at you. I was like, do as many as you can. Like, go, go, go. Because what's going to happen is the more that you can do because you already have the good form, you already got continuous, you're just going to need to do more. If you go till exhaustion, to fatigue, you will build the endurance to do them on the first try. That's what's going to happen. Like, you want to get over the fact that you have to stab on that first set, do a fuck ton of barrels when you have the momentum. When you were in practice here and you were doing 2, 3, 4 sets of clean barrels, you should have done 5 sets. Because the next practice, you won't ever do stab.
Or each of those 4 sets, just do it until you couldn't anymore.
Yeah. Don't go to a flare.
All of them are burnout. All of them are burnout.
Yeah, that's what I would do. And then what will happen is, like, maybe in like a week or in a week and a half or 2 weeks, your first set will be barrels. You won't rely on the stab to warm up anymore. That is what I think.
I would also make one more suggestion. If you're gonna try to do windmill flare, don't do multiple barrels into it.
Yeah.
And don't treat it as the same as your barrel training.
Yes.
Have barrels
Barrels is completely separate from windmill to anything.
If you don't care about it, and you're just doing it at the very last barrel just because whatever, then okay.
Yeah.
If it's like whatever to you, then fine. But if you really want windmill to flare combo clean, don't treat it as part of your barrel training.
Yeah.
make
Barrels are
it its
completely
own
different.
thing.
Yeah, it's its own thing.
And I'm not saying not to do multiple. I'm just saying don't do your maximum and then try to flow.
Yeah.
Maybe do 2, 3, find a good rhythm.
Or don't expect the barrel windmill to flare to improve much unless you're doing specific windmill to flare training.
Maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah. Because windmill to flare is like its own specific training that you need to do. So if you want to get that transition, the only way to really do it is to get specific windmill and flare training.
If you're trying to be so efficient about, let's call it forms, I guess what we're doing. Yeah. Like let's say you're, right now you're like, oh, my leg and my flare, or I'm scraping or whatever. If you focus on that now, you're getting nowhere. And here's why. Because you're gonna burn out trying to fix that problem without getting enough overall foundational strength to do multiple flares.
Yeah.
Like if you can only do 2 flares and you're like, I'm gonna fix my legs now. No, you need to be 10 flares scraping. Easy.
Yeah.
You need to get in there, throw 10 flares, scrape the shit out of them. You're gonna get strong as fuck to be able to hold your body up. Yeah, you can't hold it up to the point where your knees aren't scraping or feet aren't scraping, but who cares? Then, like, and we just had this conversation. I was like, get to a certain level of volume. He's gonna go to 3. I was, 5, 10, 3, 5, 10, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Then fix the first one and get it perfect for him.
Yeah. So, like, for example, if you have 10 scraping flares, and then you could do 10 scraping flares every time, you're strong enough to do it, then be like, okay, the first flare, I'm not gonna scrape. And then everyone else, as long as I finish the 10.
Right.
And then when you get good enough at that, then the first 2 flares, I'm not gonna scrape. And then everything else is fine. Yeah. And then you can start working from there. Same thing with the air track, because like, my air track, when I toss, like this leg's not kicking all the way, like you might have noticed. But I'm not too worried. Like I could focus on like, oh, I need to kick this leg, so that first air track looks like a conventional air track.
Right.
But right now I was like, I need to have at least 3, like, because if I work on kicking this one and I'm not able to throw a second one, then I'm gonna have to learn each air flare as 1 air flare, 1 air flare, like add +1 to each.
Yeah.
But if I can get a certain amount, which my number is 3, then I can start working on like
You get that first one good and then just keep going.
Yeah, it's the same concept. Like let me get 3, like even if they're sloppy, and then that first one I'm gonna kick every
It's
time.
almost like 2 phases.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Here's the
Clean
intention phase, and then there's the volume reps.
Yeah, it's like, so it's quantity first, then quality, then quantity, and then you just keep bouncing back and forth. So my phase right now is quantity, and then once I can get consistent quantity, which is 3, then I'll focus on quality, and then I'll consider what to do after.